Welcome to the deep dive. We dig into the stories behind the headlines. Today, we're jumping into tech finance, specifically looking at a company called SK Hynix. Maybe not a name everyone knows, but they're tech. It's basically everywhere. And this isn't just about, big profits. It's about why. How are they crushing it in the memory market? What's the link to AI? And really, what does it tell us about where tech is heading? Our info comes from our recent news piece covering their Q2 2025 results. Okay, let's unpack this. So right off the bat, these numbers from SK Hynix for Q2 2025, they're pretty staggering. We're talking sales of 22.232 trillion Korean won. Operating profit, 9.2129 trillion won. Net profit at nearly 7 trillion won. And the big headline, sales and operating profit are all-time highs. They actually beat their own record from just Q4 last year.
Yeah, those numbers are, well, they're massive. But what's really striking is what it means in the semiconductor market. Hitting all-time highs like this, it's not just a good quarter, it signals something bigger, a huge shift almost. It tells you the demand isn't just strong, it's that high-value stuff, the really advanced components are commanding incredible prices. It feels less like the usual memory cycle, the boom and bust, and more like a sustained, powerful surge. And if you ask why, well, the main driver is clear. It's the absolutely massive demand for AI-specific memory. It's being fueled directly by the global big tech players. They're just pouring money into AI right now. The article notes both DRAM and NAND flash shipments blew past expectations. That's key to these historic results.
Okay, the scale is wild, but
Yeah.
AI memory, what actually makes it different? Why is it the stuff big tech needs for their AI plans? And how did SK Hynix position themselves? They talk about industry-best AI memory competitiveness and profitability-centric management. What does that mean in practice?
Right, so standard memory, it's just not cut out for serious AI. Think about training these huge AI models or even running them for inference. You need to move enormous amounts of data incredibly fast with super low delay latency. AI memory, especially things like HBM high bandwidth memory, is built exactly for that. It uses stacked layers, wider connections. It's all about bandwidth. Orders of magnitude more than normal DRAM. SK Hynix's profitability-centric approach. That suggests they made a smart bet maybe years ago. They focused their R&D, their investment, on these high-margin HBM products. Even when the rest of the memory market was shaky, it was a bit of a gamble probably, but it's paying off hugely now. That's their competitiveness, foresight, and being able to actually make these complex chips at scale.
Got it. So it's a strategic focus that's hitting the mark. When we drill down, though, what specific products are the stars here? What chips are driving these record numbers?
Well, on the DRAM side, the big one is definitely HBM3E 12-layer. That's seeing, quote, full-scale sales expansion. And that 12-layer thing, it's a big deal technologically. Stacking chips isn't easy. Think about power, heat, getting 12 layers to work reliably is tough. But that structure, that high bandwidth it enables, is exactly what the latest AI processors, the GPUs, need. It feeds them data faster, which speeds up the AI calculations. That's why it's so valuable right now. It's a hot commodity. And NAND flash is doing well, too, across the board, apparently, but HBM is really the standout. Now, if we look at the broader market, there are some interesting dynamics, like inventory. Customers bought more memory in Q2, production went up, but inventory levels stayed stable. That tells you demand is really strong, soaking up the supply. And looking ahead, everyone expects customer new product launches in the second half of the year to keep that demand growing. Plus, the big tech companies, they're still fighting to improve their AI models, especially for inference. That directly fuels demand for, yes, high-performance, high-capacity memory, like HBM.
High performance, high capacity. That seems key. Now, something else mentioned is sovereign AI. That feels like a newer buzzword. How is the demand from sovereign AI different from, say, Google or Meta building out their data centers? And why is it seen as a long-term driver?
That's a really important point. Sovereign AI is, well, it's a whole new layer of demand. It's basically countries deciding they need their own national AI infrastructure, their own models, data centers, everything. Think data privacy, national security, economic reasons. They don't want to rely entirely on foreign tech giants.
Right.
So instead of just a few huge cloud companies driving demand, you could have dozens of countries or regions all building out massive AI systems. And every single one needs huge amounts of high-performance memory. It's potentially a very powerful, very sustained driver because it's tied to national strategy, not just quarterly corporate earnings.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. National interest driving long-term investment. So given all this opportunity, what's SK Hynix doing to stay ahead? I saw they want to double HBM sales year on year, which is ambitious. Leveraging HBM3E, getting ready for HBM4, but what else? Anything beyond HBM. There was mention of LPDDR modules for servers and a new GDDR7 version.
Exactly. That plan fits their focus, right? Doubling down on HBM where demand is clearest and margins are best. HBM4 prep keeps them on the cutting edge. The other stuff is interesting diversification. LPDDR in servers. That's usually low-power memory for phones. Putting it in servers suggests maybe targeting energy-efficient AI inference, perhaps at the edge, or specific server jobs where power is a big concern. And GDDR7, that's next-gen graphics memory. Crucial for GPUs doing AI work that don't use HBM, maybe in workstations or smaller setups. Offering a 24 gigabit version means they're pushing capacity too, not just speed. Bigger models need more memory everywhere. Their corporate center president, Sung-Hyun Jung, basically summed it up. He talked about proactive investments, ensuring supply of key stuff like HBM, and their goal, to be a full-stack AI memory provider, delivering the best stuff the whole AI ecosystem needs when it needs it. It's about more than just selling chips. It's enabling that whole AI future and growing with it.
Right, becoming integral to the entire ecosystem. So that kind of brings us to the core takeaway, doesn't it? The tech world right now is being massively reshaped by AI, and companies like SK Hynix, they're not just watching it happen, they're right at the center, driving it with innovation in memory and smart strategic moves. Understanding this link gives you, I think, a much clearer view of where computing and AI are really going. Which leaves us with a thought to chew on. As AI keeps expanding, from these global giants to these national sovereign AI projects, what else will AI demand from memory technology? And how could that change our digital world next?